To begin, make a chain measuring 7 centimeters, and the 7 centimeters is the height of this shoe from the center here up to here. That is the 7 centimeters. From the middle here, on the lower part of the sole, up to here. After making a chain that is 7 centimeters, I have made 13 chains measuring 7 centimeters. I will skip the first chain, go through the second chain space and make a single crochet. Go through the next chain space, make a single crochet. Go through the next chain space, make a single crochet. So I will continue making one single crochet into every chain space until I finish this chain. Continue making one single crochet into every chain space until the end. You make one single crochet into every chain space until the end. Row 1 is complete. To begin the next row, row 2, you chain 1, then turn. Beginning from the very first stitch, make a single crochet. Go through the next stitch, make a single crochet. Go through the next stitch, make a single crochet, and repeat that, making one single crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. You continue making one single crochet into every stitch until the end of the row. The rest of the rows is a repeat of row 2. You chain 1 and turn. After turning, beginning from the very first stitch, you make a single crochet. You go to the next stitch, make a single crochet. You go to the next, make a single crochet, and continue making one single crochet into every stitch until the end. One single crochet into every stitch until the end. At the end, you still repeat what we have done in the previous 2 rows. You chain 1 and turn. After turning, make one single crochet into every stitch until the end. At the end, you chain 1 and turn, make one single crochet into every stitch. So you continue working that way until the number of rows that you make is the length of your foot from heel to toe times 2 because we are going to fold into 2 at the end. Then you can add 1 or 2 or 3 rows for flexibility. For example, I was making this for a 1-year-old and the size of foot from heel to toe is 5 inches. 5 inches times 2 is 10 inches. So this measures 10 inches. Then I have some extra 2 rows for flexibility. I have a total of 50 rows. Each of these lines represent 2 rows of single crochets. So I have 50 rows of single crochets and I'm done making this. When you are done making your desired length, you chain 1 and cut a long tail that we are going to use in sewing together. You can fold from this side or fold from this side because both sides look the same. Then after folding into 2 this way, I'm going to sew across until I have 3 centimeters remaining. That is from here to here is 3 centimeters. You sew across. Continue sewing across until you have about 3 centimeters remaining. After sewing across and I have about 3 centimeters remaining, that is from here to here is about 3 centimeters. First, I will secure this yarn here by going through this stitch twice. Then the remaining stitches, these remaining stitches, I will go in and out of all these remaining stitches. You go in and come out through the next stitch and repeat that until you finish all these stitches. You go in and out of all these stitches, making a zigzag pattern. You go in and out of all these stitches, making a zigzag stitch. When you get at the beginning here, where I started making a zigzag pattern, you pull this yarn to close the hole, then make a few knots here to secure this yarn. Then you come to this side, this one. This will be the heel of the shoe. You sew across until you have about 2 centimeters remaining. Continue sewing across until you have about 2 centimeters remaining. After sewing across and you have about 2 centimeters remaining, first I will secure this yarn by going through this stitch this way. Then the remaining stitches, I go in and out of all these stitches. When I come to this point where I started making the zigzag pattern, I will pull to close this small hole, then fasten and secure my yarn here. Then after that, after sewing this side and this side, I will come to this other side. This will be the front of the shoe. Then beginning from here up to the corresponding this other side, I'm going to make a zigzag stitch. You go in and out of all these stitches. You go in and out of all these stitches until you come to this other side. You go in and out of all these stitches. When you get at the corresponding row this other side, you pull these 2 loose ends, then tie these 2 pieces together. And cut the excess. Then I will turn this inside out. After turning it inside out, this is what I have. Make another shoe exactly the same way. And that marks the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like my video. Then I will see you in the next tutorial.